I wanted to get this video up really quickly because, like I mentioned, the curriculum that we use for reading and language arts is clearancing out some items, and they have a big sale on until the end of this month. And I just want you guys to have a chance to get that if it's something that you think you're interested in. So I'm going to show you what it is, tell you why we like this, why we choose to do it this way, and then if you have questions, you can always message me. So when we were looking for a curriculum to teach my oldest to read, I knew I wanted something that would get him up out of his seat and moving. So that's why we chose this program. It incorporates a lot of games, and he really, really liked that. My second son is now using this as well, and it has worked really well for him, even though he's a completely different type of learner. So this has been a good fit for our family, and I plan to use it with the rest of the kids. So what we use is Logic of English. Foundations is what we've been using. This is the very first book, Foundations A. There's A, B, C, and D. We usually start with A when they're 4 years old and do it for their entire 4-year-old year. And then we do B when they're 5, C when they're 6, and D when they're 7. This is the teacher's manual, and this is something that I do usually buy used, or I will order it from Logic of English from their scratch and dent section. They have a scratch and dent online now, or you can just call as well and ask if they might have something in the back that isn't listed. So I usually don't ever pay full price for these. And I know some of my public school friends, you might be interested too, because they do use this in public schools. It does line up with Common Core. They give you the standards, Common Core standards. So it teaches reading with phonograms. They do not do sight words at all, which has been really interesting for me. I've learned a lot of spelling rules that I didn't know before. It teaches reading and it teaches handwriting all in one. I'll just give you a little preview kind of what it looks like. It incorporates a lot of games, like I said, that gets them up out of their seat and moving. And then I'm using this year with my 3-year-olds for preschool. I'm making sure that the foundation that I lay lines right up with what they're going to learn next year. So it's been kind of nice to get familiar with it, and now I know how to prepare them. This is their workbook that they use. So if you have specific questions, just let me know, and I can show you certain things. It starts out teaching them handwriting strokes before they form letters. We chose to start with cursive versus the print, which is a totally different conversation. But again, if you have questions, like you see this and you think you want to buy it before the weekend's over, feel free to message me. This is an example of a reader they would use. This is for level B, so their 2nd year. Here's a reader. And here is a strip they can use. This helps a lot when they're trying to write. They can look at the letters to remember how to form them. Okay, so what is on sale right now are the PDFs, and I bought all of these as PDF files. Like I said, with the hardcover book, I do buy that, obviously already made, but the rest of the stuff I bought as PDF files, and after this weekend, they're not going to have the PDF files available for most of these things anymore. So that's why I'm telling you now, in case you're looking ahead and thinking what you might want to do. I've saved a lot of money by using the PDFs. So I would highly recommend them in some cases. And I called today because I had some questions. If you look into this and you decide to buy it, you still have 30 days to download it, even though they're not going to carry the PDFs after this weekend. The people who have purchased them do still have 30 days. So like even if you ordered on Sunday late in the day, you could get the email with the download links, and you'll still have 30 days to save them, get them saved to your computer. So you don't have to do that right away this weekend, because it can take a few minutes, to download each thing and get it stored where you want it. So I called to check on that, and Liz at Logic of English, she's so awesome. She's really active in the Logic of English Facebook group, so if you have questions, you can tag her, and she's really helpful. But anyway, she was like, I hope you're not going to go on and say, like, everybody go buy PDFs, because she said only about 5% of their customers use the PDFs because they're so expensive to print. So in a lot of cases, like, for 1 or 2 children, it may be cheaper just to buy the printed workbooks that they offer. But for me, I did the math, and I figured if you have 3 kids or more that you want to use it for, the PDFs will probably be worth it for you. So some of you guys with bigger families, if you're thinking about it, I would get the PDFs now. So to compare, if you bought this Foundations workbook, you can buy the PDF for $12, or you can buy the printed workbook and have it mailed to you. It's $15 for the workbook and then shipping on top of that. So even if you got, free shipping or discounted, it's $15 for the printed one. So I paid $12, and then I use HP Instant Ink to print with. So if you aren't using that already, I'll put a link to that too. I paid $10 for 300 copies, and they can be full color, black and white, anything. It would be about $5 to print this 150-page workbook. So I paid $12 for the PDF, I paid $5 to print it, and then I have a spiral binding machine and a laminator, which if you're local to me, you're welcome to say, I want to come use your stuff, and you can use the binding machine too. So I have about $5 into making this, plus the $12 PDF file, so that's $17. But when I get to my next kid and I only have to pay $5, then I'm up to, I have $22 into it versus I would have had 30 plus shipping. So by the 3rd kid, you can see how it's really going to save a lot more. So I have 6 kids. It's a no-brainer for me to do the PDFs. If you don't have access to cheap ink like the HP Instant Ink, or if you're schooling maybe just 1 or 2 children through it, then it might not be worth it. Things like the strip, I don't know if they may still have that available as a PDF, but with the readers, it's really nice because if they, lose it, or if the baby rips it or whatever, you can just print off a new one and you're not out just one book from that set. So the readers have been great for us, especially with the first level. The readers are more of like a cut and paste style. So they're supposed to find the right image in the back and cut it out, and then they read the word and they glue it on the page. So I would definitely pick up the readers this weekend if you don't have them already. So again, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm going to put a link down below. I am an affiliate for them, so I've never really recommended anyone to them through my link before, but I'm going to put a link down there. But I'm definitely not just doing it because of the affiliate link. If you guys know me, I have told everyone I know that homeschools pretty much about this program because it's been so great for us. So definitely a believer. Check it out. If you think you might want PDFs, pick them up before Sunday. There is a sale code also. I believe it's PDF 10. I'll put details down below. It gets you 10% off of these PDFs while they last. So I'm sorry this is kind of scattered, you guys. I just want to get it up for you before the sale is all over. So if you have questions, private message me, comment, whatever you need to do. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much.